Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
A man with a history of posting racist and misogynistic materials online and who is already behind bars, accused of committing vicious sexual offenses from inside of his home dungeon, is now facing a murder charge. Timothy Haslett Jr., 41, was first arrested in late 2022 after a 22-year-old black woman ran to the home of one of his neighbors and said she had escaped from his sex dungeon in the Kansas City suburbs after a month of captivity. On Tuesday, Clay County prosecutor Zachary Thompson announced that Haslett was now accused of the first-degree murder of sex worker Janie Crossdale, 36. Her body was discovered in a barrel in a river in Missouri in June 2023. She was shot dead. The 22-year-old victim previously told investigators that Haslett mentioned two other black women he kidnapped who didn't make it. That victim said that Haslett regularly drugged her, forced her to perform sexual acts, rarely fed her and liked to dress in women's lingerie in front of her. Haslett's behavior was described as barbaric by Thompson. Haslett was linked to Crossdale's death after the barrel she was found in was seen in pictures taken by investigators at his home. A photo was also found showing the slain woman in his dungeon, officials said. At the time the woman's body was found, her cousin, Nikia Crossdale, told KCUR that the victim, who went by J. Bird, was full of energy and life. October 2022, a 22-year-old black woman says she escaped Timothy Haslett Jr.'s sex dungeon in the Kansas City suburbs after a month of sexual abuse in captivity. November 2022, after being taken into custody, Haslett's ex-wife seeks full custody of their child. In a custody hearing, he denies the allegations against him. January 2023, police announced that Janie Crossdale is considered a witness in the case against Haslett. February 2023, Haslett makes his first appearance in court and pleads not guilty to the slew of charges against him. June 2023, kayakers find Janie Crossdale's remains in a barrel on the Missouri River. She has been shot dead. Shortly afterwards, officials confirmed that they're eyeing Haslett in relation to the killing. July 2024, Haslett is officially charged with the murder of Crossdale in Missouri, a death penalty state. Prosecutors believe that she was murdered in June 2022. Her body was found by kayakers on the Missouri River. Prior to that discovery, she had been considered a potential witness in the original case. The case against Haslett began in October 2023 when Haslett's surviving victim made her way to a home in the community of Excelsior Springs. She was scarred, starving and wearing a trash bag and metal collar around her neck. She managed to escape as he took one of his children to school. Shortly after his arrest, his ex-wife sought full custody of the couple's young child. That woman told one of Haslett's neighbors, Nurse Lisa Johnson, about her ordeal, describing the suspect's sex dungeon, equipped with restraints, weaponry, including shock devices, and cameras. She said that she was paid $350 by Haslett to go home with him. After she got in his truck, she accused Haslett of pulling a gun on her, forcing her to perform sex acts. He then drugged her, knocking her unconscious. Once inside his home, the victim said that she was abused and tortured on a daily basis while being forced to use a bucket as a toilet. It was such a soft, help me, Johnson told DailyMail.com in 2022. And I looked out through our clear screen door and this girl was hunched along the steps. I could see immediately she was in desperate trouble. She looked like something out of a horror movie. She had a metal homemade device tied around her neck. There was duct tape that she had pulled down off her face which had been covering her mouth. Her wrists and ankles were messed up. You could tell she had been tied and whipped. The wounds over her body, wrists, and ankles were actually bleeding. After her rescue, investigators recovered a Samsung phone with pictures and videos of the dungeon and of women in captivity. The physical, psychological, and sexual torture described by the defendant's surviving victim is brutal and barbaric, Thompson said. When crimes like this occur in our community, it can be devastating. I want the citizens of Clay County to know that the men and women of the Clay County Prosecutor's Office are working hard inside.